And finally, new rule, Melania Trump must do what dozens of buildings around the world have done and take the Trump name off. Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story. But because there's another former model who's also married to a super rich Republican monster, Mrs. Rupert Murdoch, Jerry Hall.
Ever wonder what Melania Trump's favorite movie is? According to Bill Maher, it's The Great Escape. But here's the kicker. He's not talking about Steve McQueen's classic. Maher's latest routine has everyone from Donald to his diehard fans fuming. But why is a comedian's joke causing such a ruckus in MAGA land? The answer might surprise you, and it's got nothing to do with hairspray or fake tans. This has always blown my mind a little bit. 91% that watch this show regularly haven't subscribed. Could I ask you for a small favor before we start? If you like this show, what we do here, and want to support us, the free simple way you can do just that is by hitting the subscribe button. Well, folks, it looks like Bill Maher's been at it again, and this time he's got Melania Trump in his comedic crosshairs. The late-night funnyman recently took a swing at the former First Lady, and boy did he land some zingers. Maher's got a theory about Melania's favorite flick, and it's not what you'd expect. He reckons it's The Great Escape, but we're not talking about Steve McQueen on a motorcycle here. Nope. Maher's suggesting that Melania is plotting her own jailbreak from Trump Tower.
Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story. But maybe it falls to you now, Melania. You can end this reign of terror, and all you have to do is channel your inner Taylor Swift and walk out the door. The Melania's list. I don't know if you'd like to... But these are her rules. The man who got Trump elected and keeps his base ignorant. The man who killed Australia's carbon tax. I know he's rich, but is it worth Western civilization?
Can you picture it? Melania in prison stripes digging a tunnel with a golden spoon swiped from Mar-a-Lago's kitchen. But wait, there's more. Maher claims Melania's got a hidden talent that might come in handy for her great escape. Apparently, she can hold her breath for a whopping 90 seconds. Now, I'm no escape artist, but that sounds like a pretty useful skill when you're trying to sneak past the Secret Service, doesn't it? The comedian didn't stop there though. He went for the jugular with his final punchline, suggesting that Melania should follow in the footsteps of those fancy buildings around the world and take the Trump name off. Ouch, talk about kicking a man when he's down and out of office. Now, you might be wondering how the audience took all this Trump bashing. Well, it was a mixed bag. Some folks were rolling in the aisles, while others looked like they'd just bitten into a lemon. But that's the thing about Maher. He's not afraid to ruffle a few feathers, even if it means shocking half the room. And what about Melania herself? Well, her team's been pretty tight-lipped about the whole thing. No angry tweets, no stern statements, nada. But you've got to wonder what's going through her mind. Is she laughing along with the rest of us? Or is she plotting her revenge? Maybe she's too busy planning her great escape to care. Forget Melania's great escape. Trump's the one who can't seem to break free from Bill Maher's comedic clutches. Our favorite orange-tinted ex-prez has been busy scrolling through his phone on the Golden Throne, and boy oh boy is he mad. Trump's reaction to Maher's jokes was about as calm as a toddler without his favorite toy.
And finally, new rule, Melania Trump must do what dozens of buildings around the world have done and take the Trump name off. But they left out my favorite feature in Us Weekly, which is the 25 things you don't know about me. Do you read about this? Toss his boxy clown suits on the front lawn. Just tell him I'm leaving you and I'm taking our child. He would be stunned. We have a child? You are not to ever again mention the bride catalog's return policy.
The former leader of the free world took to Truth Social for a good old-fashioned rant, and let me tell you, it was a doozy. He demanded an apology from Maher, saying they apologized to their readers in 2016 for their complete and total miss, and they'll do it again in November. Because apparently comedians need Trump's approval now. What's next? Will he start issuing permits for knock-knock jokes? But here's where it gets really interesting. Trump claimed he's never watched Maher's show. Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. He actually said, if he's never watched it, how does he know what jokes were made? Maybe because his supporters flooded social media with angry posts faster than you can say, "Kofef." It's like claiming you've never eaten a Big Mac while your face is covered in special sauce.
It's not anti-feminist to say that in addition to doing everything men can do intellectually, women also have another power. The power of the ultimatum. And we got a hold of Melania's. It's not in this magazine, but it's coming out soon. Would you like to hear Melania's 25 things you didn't know about? Because there's another former model who's also married to a super rich Republican monster, Mrs. Rupert Murdoch, Jerry Hall. Your unhappiness is obvious. You despise his creepy little monkey fingers touching your hand. So kick him to the curb. Slap away that hand for good.
Speaking of Trump supporters, they went absolutely bonkers. They flooded social media with hashtags like Trump Tantrum Time, showing their anger and solidarity with their dear leader. It was like watching a bunch of angry Oompa Loompas defending Willy Wonka's honor. The reaction was so intense you'd think Maher had insulted their mothers, not just poked fun at the guy who thinks windmills cause cancer. But wait, there's more. Just when you thought this comedy circus couldn't get any wilder, in comes Laura Loomer with a $150 million lawsuit. That's right, folks. Loomer claims she suffered unjustified ridicule and loss of reputation due to Maher's comments. Because nothing says I have a great reputation like suing a comedian for making jokes. It's like suing a dentist for telling you to floss. You're kind of missing the point, sweetie. Experts are scratching their heads over this one, saying you need to have a reputation to lose in order to claim defamation.
And you two have a lot in common. Your husbands are ruining the world. Getting men to change their destructive ways by threatening to leave them, humiliate them, or cut them off in bed. So far, over a dozen Republican candidates tried to stop Trump and couldn't. Hillary couldn't, never. Is there anyone left who can check Donald Trump? Yes, Melania.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt more than one of Trump's spray tan sessions gone wrong. Loomer described the whole thing as a coordinated attack against her and Trump. Yeah, because comedians and late night hosts spend their days in secret underground lairs, plotting how to make fun of politicians. It's not like it's their job or anything, right? Well, folks, it looks like Bill Maher's got Laura Loomer's lawsuit in stitches. Instead of cowering in fear, Maher's cracking up at the legal threat. He quipped that he hasn't had this much attention since he dared to question Trump's hair authenticity. Talk about a bad hair day for Loomer. But wait, there's more. The comedy cavalry has arrived. Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert are joining the laugh fest, turning Loomer's lawsuit into a comedy goldmine. Kimmel joked that Loomer's suing for emotional distress caused by too much giggling. Maybe she should sue her mirror instead. Am I right? Colbert, not one to be left out of the fun, suggested starting a GoFundMe to buy Loomer a sense of humor. Now that's a campaign I'd donate to. It's like these comedians are having a roast battle, and poor Loomer's the main course.